Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. I think this is going to be so fun, me tracking how much I realistically read in a work week. Today is Monday and I'm currently in the middle of reading Heir, which I'm just going to say this is the fourth book in the series. Technically it's the third, but I'm counting Assassin's Blade, which is like the prequel, as the first book because I read it first. So I'm currently in the middle of this one. I think I'm on 66% of the way through. I'm on page 381. So I have like that much left to go. And I have to say, like, as my thoughts overall so far reading the Throne of Glass series, I'm liking it a lot less than ACOTAR just because the pace is so slow. I'm really intrigued of the way like the plot is progressing, but it's just progressing so slow compared to ACOTAR. Once you get to Heir of Fire, you are introduced to so many new characters like you are in A Court of Mist and Fury in the ACOTAR series. But there are so many different point of views and I just feel like it's just progressing really slow and I'm having a really hard time like getting through it, and also just like picturing a lot of the creatures and the characters and things. I'm having a hard time doing that, but I also like don't want to Google at the same time because I don't want to spoil anything for myself. But I'm gonna keep going along with the book. I posted about it on my Bookstagram and a lot of people messaged me back and they were like, you just need to keep pushing through because once you get to the end of this it really picks up and then the plot is like immaculate after that, and I'm really excited to see like where it goes because it is a really interesting plot. So I am just like disappointed that I'm not enjoying this as much as I thought I would, but I'm hoping I can finish this in this video. Honestly, I'm hoping I can get through most of it tonight. I also picked up Queen of Shadows, which is the next book in the series. I got these at the same time as when I was at Target because I was like, I might as well just get the next one because I'm not going to want to go out and buy it again and I'm not going to want to like wait forever. I was trying to read them through my library app, but there's like a 25-week wait and I was like, there's no way I can wait that long. So I just went out and I bought them. Definitely have this one on my radar to read after I finish reading Heir of Fire. And then I also have a few different holds on my Libby app that I'm waiting on, and then A Curse for True Love, which is the third book in the Once Upon a Broken Heart series, which I have right here on my handy dandy bookshelf. Comes out in a couple of days, which is really fun because I had pre-ordered the third one back in April and I got an email notification that the book shipped already. So you guys will probably see me open that up and potentially start it in this reading vlog, but I think it's gonna be fun. Today is Monday, like I said. I think I'm gonna do like a Monday through Friday, what I realistically read in a week. We'll keep track of the page numbers and everything. I'll keep you guys updated on my thoughts, spoiler free of course, because again, I just feel like I can't say anything about this book because you really need to like read the first couple of books because I would just like give away things, especially like characters you have not even met yet. But yes, I will keep this spoiler free. We'll see what I get up to this week and I'm super excited. So I will talk to you guys again when I pick up my camera. Things are really starting to heat up in this book. The stakes are getting so high, you guys. I just have a feeling I'm not gonna want to stop reading the further I get. But it's only 7:50 p.m. so we'll see where the night takes us. I had a hard day today, so I kind of hope that this is good. How is there still this much left of the book? What? It's been a while since I talked to the camera, but it's Wednesday now and I'm about to head in for a dermatologist appointment, so I wanted to give you guys a quick reading update. I only have, I think, like 50 or so pages of Heir of Fire left, and so much happened last night. You guys saw my facial reactions. I was like it was crazy. And Sarah J Maas always does at the end of every single one of her books, so I'm not surprised. But so much of the plot was uncovered, so much between like different characters and things were revealed, and it was crazy. So much happened. So I'm really excited to go home and finish this. I honestly don't know what I'm gonna rate this. I feel like I'm between like 3 to 5 stars. I guess I'll have to see how I feel once I finish this later tonight. But as for what I'm going to read next, I have absolutely no idea. My A Curse for True Love book, like the tracking says it's not supposed to get here until Monday, which honestly upsets me because I pre-ordered this book back in April and Barnes & Noble was, I guess, just not fast enough in getting them out. And it came out yesterday, I think, which is a little disappointing because I was really hoping to have it like right when it came out. So I guess I might just jump into the next Throne of Glass book unless I decide I want to do like a romance or something, which I don't really know. I don't know, but I'll keep you guys updated. Okay guys, I just finished Heir of Fire and I wanted to give you my thoughts before I like forget about them and just do like a little breakdown. But I decided to rate it 4 stars. The reason being that part 1 of this book was super slow for me. Like it really dragged out. Overall, I think I said this at the beginning of the video, but this series just progresses a lot slower when you compare it to ACOTAR just because I think it's so detailed. There is so much character development in here, which I think obviously needed to happen, which makes it almost kind of like a filler book. But you get so many new point of views in here. I just feel like the plot overall progressed. Like it didn't really progress at all, if I'm being honest. I think the next book is gonna be really good. Like I've yet to have a 5-star book out of this series so far, and this was the 4th book that I've read. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and start this next. I don't think I want to start like another series or switch to a romance book just because like I'm in this world and I feel like if I switch to something else, I'm just not gonna want to go back to it. So I just feel like I just need to stay strong and continue on with this. I have a feeling this one's gonna be much better because a lot of the plot has been set up to the point now where like, yes, it's very detailed, but I think a lot of the action is gonna come to light in here. Also was talking with my friend about it. She's read the entire series. She said there's a lot more romance. I also just realized sitting here like how much floppier Queen of Shadows is compared to Heir of Fire. This book was actually like hurting my hands to read. It definitely would have been better to read it on my Kindle just because like it's brand new, you can tell, and my spine has been cracked. But this one's definitely more floppier, so I feel like that's a good sign. I gotta start with the bonus songs. Being this young is art? You're kidding me. Just gonna address the elephant in the room. I do have a pimple that's like scabbed over right here, which is like really annoying because it's like right on my face. So I apologize for that. But today is Saturday, which means that the work week is over, which means what I have realistically read this week is now come to a conclusion. So it's time to wrap up. everything that I read this week. I did keep track of all of the pages for every single day. And I know I didn't like say it as I was going along, but now we're gonna sum it all up. So as you guys know, I started the week off reading Heir, which is the third or the fourth book in the Throne of Glass series, whatever you want to call it. Starting off on Monday, I was at about 66% of the way through this book already when I started filming this, but I read page 381 to page 424 for a total of 44 pages, which I feel like is pretty good because like I have said before, a lot of the reading I do after work is before I go to bed. So that usually is equivalent to probably about an hour or so of reading before I go to bed, depending on how tired I am. Then moving into Tuesday, I ended up reading page 425 to page 520 for a total of 95 pages. And this book is a total of 562 pages, and I remember as I was reading I didn't want to stop because, as you guys know if you've read a Sarah J Maas book, she is just notorious for having all of the action happen in the last like 100 to 150 pages. So I didn't want to stop reading, but I knew obviously I had to get up for work the next day, so I had to force myself to stop or else I probably would have just gone ahead and finished this book. So that was a total of 95 pages, which was pretty good for me during a work week. And then moving to Wednesday, I ended up finishing the book. I read page 521 to page 562 for a total of 41 pages, and I didn't end up reading after I finished the book. So then moving to Thursday, I did go ahead and start Queen of Shadows, which is the next book in the Throne of Glass series, and I read for a total of 72 pages, page 0 to page 72, obviously, and I feel like that was pretty good for me as well. And then moving to Friday, last night, I actually stayed up until almost midnight reading because I obviously had like more time. I didn't need to like be anywhere today, so I could stay up a little bit later. And I ended up reading 89 pages, page 73 to page 162. And I will say, I don't think I've given you guys my thoughts on this at all since I started reading it. But like I said before, I think this is going to be one of my favorite books I've read so far in the series. I just feel like I haven't been very impressed with this series so far because ACOTAR is just faster paced. I feel like after this one, you meet so many new characters which are gonna be like in the rest of the books. So this is really like the meat of the story so far. Like the story is really progressing. Everything has already been established. So all of the action and just the meat of the story is actually happening. Like you're actually seeing things progress. It's definitely faster paced. I'm really, really enjoying it so far. I can't believe this book is like, I think over 600 pages. I'm on chapter 20 right now. Page 162, like I just said, and I still have so much of the book left to go. So I know just so much is gonna happen. There's also been like characters in here which I wasn't sure if we were gonna see them like as soon as we are seeing them in this, but we are, which was like surprising. And there's also like a friendship in here I was not expecting, but I'm really enjoying so far. So I'm definitely excited to see where this book is gonna take me. So our grand total for the week between both these two books was a total of 341 pages, which honestly I feel like is pretty good for me because basically that's equivalent to reading about one book if you want to look at it that way, which I feel like is pretty good for me for only reading before I go to bed. Thank you guys so much for watching. That's what I have realistically read in this week, and I apologize, this is basically like a Throne of Glass reading vlog. But again, that's just what I'm reading right now, and I didn't really want to stray away from the series because I'm like in it right now. And I know I mentioned reading A Curse for True Love, and I just checked the tracking on my book and it's actually going to be arriving later today. So I'm sorry that I didn't get to open that up with you guys in this video, but I will be getting to that soon as I finish Queen of Shadows. I'll probably go ahead and read that one and then jump back into the Throne of Glass world, but we will see. I don't want to speak too soon, but I hope that you guys like this video. If you dare, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you're new here. Let me know if you want me to do it again. If you have any other video ideas for me, definitely comment them down below. And if you have any book recommendations for me, as always, definitely leave me a comment letting me know what you want me to read. And if you have already read the Throne of Glass series, definitely let me know which book was your favorite and what your thoughts are. Of course, leave it spoiler free. But I hope that you guys enjoy watching this video. Thank you so much for watching if you've made it this far, and I hope that you guys are having a great day wherever you are, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys!